Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Rites of Lineage in Zelda Classic. We're now heading into the third dungeon. For those of you that have not seen the first two parts, I am Elsoa, aka Isolated726, aka the creator of this game, and I'm going the wrong way. So last part, we took care of the second. We took care of the Earth Shrine and two of the three bonus games associated with it. We're holding off on the third one because it is actually more convenient to do it. Soon after the third dungeon, or partway through it, because this dungeon is split into two pieces. Go ahead and get our fairy. This one, isn't it? Yep. So, welcome to one of the weirdnesses of this particular room, is the wall masters just show up out of the floor. Due to the way that this room is set up. And wall masters kind of don't like to be in certain rooms. By the way, you cannot cut the vines. They're there for decoration. So now we're going to go north. And you're definitely going to want your candle at least somewhat in here, because this place is relatively dark. Nothing more to do in here. So with the white sword in hand, or the white sword equivalent in hand, I forget what the actual name of it is. But it's the equivalent of the white sword from Z1. This dungeon is a lot. The combat is a lot quicker. So I'm just going to skip through a couple of these rooms because I already know where the things are. Now, what you probably won't see at first without the map is that you can combat over. It's one of the more hidden ball malls, but you can come back here after you get the map and see that that's there. And here's where you can start to see more of the spike trap puzzles. All that to get a key. That is one thing that does end up happening more often than I think I might would have liked, is you just end up getting all the keys in the dungeon early. It's not every dungeon does this, but a bunch of them do. Especially these early ones. This is the glitch door. This door will sometimes relock itself. Some text about some stuff. Go ahead and pick up the big magic there. We'll go to this door. That is the door that can relock, by the way. Now, I could pull up my dungeon notes, but I'm not going to. Nice magic container. I would like some health. Would like some health? The bomb is nice. Don't accidentally soft lock yourself out of completing the room by being dumb. But you push all 6 buttons and that opens the door. And that gets you to a Gliot. It is a 2-header. But you get the spin attack for doing so. It does deal double damage. Well, I can't really demonstrate it in this room. So this just looks like an empty room. But, well, then you see the floor light up. Slightly different, and that's your clue that you're supposed to go this way. Then you have the double doors. Taking the north door gets you a small little magic container. As taking the south door gets you into the room proper. You just have to light that torch, and that allows you to take the passageway. Let you into this room. Go north here. Go ahead and light the torch again, and we'll show up the spin attack. You can see how 2 spin attacks was enough to take out the Gimp down. Compared to 4 sword slashes. Which one was it? So that becomes the stair, and now we're downstairs. I do expect you to have bombs and a candle. Push that, go ahead and put those bombs up, and we get the map! So this would tell you, if you hadn't seen it already, how to get through that other portion. Now I'm going to go ahead and clear this side first. Interestingly, I did not mark that as a locked door. Fires! Now there's a crystal switch. But you come in here to get a key. Now, try as you might, we don't have the necessary items to open that crystal switch up yet. So we will need to come back a little bit later. Instead, we'll go ahead and go south here. We can jump into this room. Which I honestly think has nothing. No, it's got a couple of bombs in it. It's useful. By the way, those really fast gray keys, they deal 3.5 hearts of damage. Take 4 hits with the first sword, so kind of a difficult fight. I am fishing for hearts a little bit. Come in here where you get more wall masters. You don't necessarily want to get grabbed when you're this deep in. Unlike Zelda 1, the wall masters do continue to show up, but... Okay, so you got the forest stage to get to the Forest of Maze. But that's all that's down here. So you really come down this way just to get that hit. Because the key is over to the left. Is over to the right as we saw. So we'll just come back through and go through this kind of S-shaped room. Backwards S. You can see that there's a locked block over there. Here's the thing. You can, I think, with good timing, get through those spikes, but you're supposed to kill the enemies. Use that to get through. To get to that key, then we go north here. More of these bats. And you're going to want to take the lower side, because the upper side you can't actually get first. Now, that is a one-way door. If we go back, you can push it back, but you can't push it vertically. Now, this is not a soft lock. Remember, if you get stuck here, you can always save, quit out, or use forward quit to get back to start if you do not have a key. button, come in here, and you get the ladder. I get across small rivers and pits. By the way, the ladder mechanics are also kind of fun. They're also kind of fun. But to use that to go back out. Now, if we go back to the beginning of the dungeon, this is when you would see on the map that there's that additional wing you can take coming out of the first portion. But that's all we can do down there. We can't actually access the other side of the dungeon because we can't do anything about that crystal. So what exactly do we do about that? Well, we need to go find the other entrance. We need to go find, I guess, the Forest of Maze and the other entrance. If we open up our map, which you can do by pressing the map button, there's a couple screens we still haven't visited, but we're probably not going to go to those anytime soon. And the pilots do match the area that you're in, which gets a little bit funky later on. Also, you can open this up. It doesn't open any caves, it just opens a shortcut back to this area. Or an alternate path. Take those bombs. I believe it's here has... Yep. Money-making game exists, much like Z1. Has the same values as Z1 has. But now we can go up here. And we're on this screen, and if we notice, if we try to go anywhere, well, we're just looping. But this is the bonus cave that I'd mentioned in the last part that we were going to skip and save till this point. So if you hit that eye switch, you can get that blue rupee. You're going to leave the blue rupee. And now you can get a key here. Now, you can take this key to any dungeon. But you are designed to use it up here to get to this part. Now, this is your hint for getting through the forest. As you've traveled below, so must you travel above. What that means is the way that you move through this cave to get to the old man, that's the solution to the maze of the forest. So we'll do it real quick. You go up, right, up, and then left to get to the old man. So now if we go back, and we go up, then to the right, then up again, and finally left, we'll be allowed to access this little area. Going through this little area leads over to this side. And now we're on the upper side of the forest dungeon. I believe there's like a 5 or a 10 here. Something small. Yeah, just a 5. You can leave that if you don't need it. Now this is kind of interesting. So you'll notice on the door it's marked as a shutter. On the map it's marked as a shutter door, but if you come in, you can just walk through. What makes it a shutter, I'm actually going to grab that key on the way back. What makes it a shutter is access to that key via the push blocks. One of those cases where the definition is a little bit loose. But we get nothing Dongo. Killing this to Dongo. is just to get out of the room. Dead end. Now, you see that green rupee in the center? There's no way to get it. There's no way to get to that green rupee. It's just there. But you do all of that to get to this little room over here. And you get a compass. So clearly we've been in that room on the first floor, where the compass is pointing. That's what I meant when I said that the compass points to where the Triforce is, but it does not necessarily point to which floor it's on. As oftentimes there are multiple ways to get to a floor. There are multiple floors in a dungeon, and there are multiple exits on a floor that are interesting. So we pick up that little key. Now we're going to come over to the left and do this gauntlet. We'll skip them for now. We do need to do this first. And it just push the right block, the left block. So you can go north in this room to get to a traditional NSU room. I think this is actually the first one of these we've seen. Again, we'll clear this room on the way back. But you can get some arrows there. First appearance of Wizrobes. But make your way all the way over here, and you can see that this is where the boss is. So we have the big key. We can go straight to the boss. But remember, I said there were 3 items in every dungeon. We only got 2. By the way, where those Bizro beams deal 4 hearts of damage each. I would recommend against getting hit. You can safely make your way back through here. Come up over here. Go ahead. Light the room up if you so choose. Remember, the lantern does not cost magic. You can light the rooms up as much as you want. But now we end up in this reverse room. Which really isn't all that bad. That was not worth it. So now we end up in a diamond stair, but wait, the torches have replaced our normal center block. Which one do we push? Well, how about the bottom block? And see, I'm kind of rediscovering some of this too, because I haven't played this in a while, and while I have my development notes up, I'm not pulling up each dungeon's notes. Nor did I necessarily write down every solution. I do have a red potion in case I need it, and I do have money, so I'm very willing to use it. So now we can go downstairs again. And now we're in this E-shaped room. So we could go to the boss. Let's try to go to the boss. Let's see. Oh, I need a key. Okay, well, let's go get a key. Maybe there's one over here. Oh, there's some bombs. Okay, I guess we gotta go up this way. You can get to that heart by pushing the blocks. Some more tiptoes. You can kind of tell that there was a direction of, okay, I kind of wanted these dungeons to have an easy, medium, hard feel to them. Let's head up here first. Let's get a key. Excellent. So there's the locked door up there, and then there's the locked door over here. And then there's a locked door back leading to the boss room. Well, we're gonna go this way first. If you do attempt to go to the boss room now, you will end up getting blocked. This is the first time we see sword shooting Stalfos. And another one of these weird crystals. Okay, so because I'm not going... Alright, so... I'll explain those in a bit because I'm not going to come... I'll explain this whole thing in a bit because I'm not coming back to this area now that I've gotten that key. So once we get the third item in here, I'll explain it. Spoilers, the third item is necessary to open those doors. Or those crystals. Ow! And I'm going back to start. I never said this game was easy. I should have potioned. That was my mistake. I should have potioned. Thankfully, from this side, getting back to the basement is pretty quick. From the other side, getting back to the basement is a bit longer of a process. But that's just because it's faster to get to the stair that leads to the basement from this side versus the other side. So I picked up a fairy there. Oh, I thought I was going to get a cool trick shot. I did not. That's fine. So yeah, you know what? Let's head towards the boss room. We have our keys. We have that extra key. We have that room, those rooms up there, but we definitely don't need to go to those guys, right? We definitely don't need to go there. Definitely not. We'll leave the repeat. We definitely need to go there. See? Look. There's likes. Make their first appearance in this dungeon. But look, we can... Oh. It's another one of those crystal things. Well, I guess we can't go that way. So yes, the third item in this dungeon is necessary to deal with the crystals. And the other two crystal doors that we saw just lead to stairs that go between the different portions of the dungeon. So... if you take the crystal, if you go through the crystal in that long hallway on this side, it'll lead you to the long hall, to the other room on the long hallway on the other side, where we saw that crystal door earlier. That's all that is. It's just a quick way to get back and forth between the two sides once you have gotten the third item, which we're gonna go get it because we kind of need it at this point. I mean, now that we can't go to the boss. First, we gotta fight our way through some Zulls. And then... it's Wizards. Thankfully, it's the red variety, so they're a little bit easier to kill. But the door automatically opens. Yet you can push the block anyway. And that gets you the wand. This activates the crystal switches. Or the other crystals. And again, if you go through the long hallways that you see kind of in the center of the map, those doors with the weird crystals do link to each other. So it's a quick way to get back and forth between the two sides of the dungeon if you found that you still need to pick something up on the other side. Which you theoretically could, because you only need the ladder to get up into there. And if you're going for all the items in every dungeon, then you might have missed the, what's it called? You may well have missed the first item of the spin attack. You might also be a key short. Because remember, you can come into this portion one key short and still be able to get everything. We had one key entering this section of the dungeon. But now, we can do that. Also, Green Pulse voices die in one hit to the magic. So let's go to the boss. Hey, handle that! This is probably... So that could have been easier than the Gliok. It could have been harder depending on how that fight went. And... Triforce! Alright, so that's 3 Triforce pieces out of this game. More importantly, that is all of our Tier 1 dungeons complete. Now, let's see here. I'll take those bombs. You can also get to the arrows that we saw earlier going that way. So now we have some additional little bonus pieces. Let's go ahead and knock those out before I go to the first side dungeon. And we're going to go to 2 new areas. The first is this icy mountain. Actually, we're going to go to 3 new areas. So this is one of our bonus caves associated with Dungeon 3. Now this one you can do early, but it is a bit of a combat challenge. Also, there's a wallet upgrade, very important. Because you get a 3-header Gliok. But he does go down pretty quick. And by the way, for those who have not seen me stream, I am particularly good at fighting Glioks. Alright, so now let's go to the next bonus cave. We're gonna cut through what are known as the Rhoda Mountains. If you go down here, you can go towards the forest. But instead, we're gonna cut down into the desert. Which I did not use the Ocarina of Time to Rhoda Valley for. You cut over that way, you'll go towards Hylia Bay. We'll have to come back for that later. This is what we're interested in right now. First, we'll clear this out and get another magic container, which is well timed because we need some magic to get through this cave. The switch turned on, we kill the Wizrobe, and we get a new heart container. Now we're up to 9 hearts, which is pretty good. Alright, now I think we need to start heading back towards start. So we'll come down off of the desert. And we're back on the coast. And you can see we're getting rupees again because we have increased our wallet capacity up to 250 rupees. You can almost afford a blue ring. Zelda 1. Oh, wait. You can't buy a blue ring. However, we will be going to the next side dungeon before we go to our next main dungeon. That is technically our first side dungeon. But before we do that, there is one thing we do need to take care of. Also, we're going to go ahead and open this up now. But we'll be back for that later. If you try to go in, you'll see that there's a bunch of spikes on one side and 2 fast-moving Gibdos on the other, but we can't push those blocks yet because they're too dark, which means they're too heavy. Instead, we want to come over here and go into this spot. see there's a little bit of water in here. So we'll need to walk across. Go ahead and pick up the piece of heart. And then get a little hint. Okay. So we gotta find random flame dudes too. Who's random flame dudes? We have no idea! Because it's never actually explained, because when I wrote this, I wrote these at separate times, and it came out bad. Anyway, let's head over to the swamp. Because there's a couple of things I want to get while I'm here. Also, the entrance to our side dungeon is here, so we definitely need to be here for that. But before I go into the side dungeon, there's something else I want to get. I think the shop has it. Yep, there it is. Big shield. That is the cheapest place to get the big shield. I think it's like 160 rupees or 130 rupees in the other shops. Alright, now we can head over towards... This is it. By the way, if you try to go off screen here, you can't. There's nothing there. It just... The swamp continues on, but Link has decided he's just not going to go that way. So we're going to walk in. And this is our side dungeon. You'll notice by the floor decorations being different, this is technically a tier 2 dungeon. But this is where we'll pick up next time. So thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your day.